So importing CAD models within Unreal Engine, and I received the following comment. I followed your step, it worked, but I ran into a problem. When I import everything was smooth, I finish and save my project. When I open it again, for render, all the curved edges and corner were sharp and flat. So let's take a look at this. I will use the following torus from CATIA 3D Experience, and I already have this exported as a step file and already loaded over here. This will be the torus. I will slightly scale this so we can better visualize this. Now, this will be the wireframe. And in my case, if I will just save this, when I'm going to open the project again, it will remain like this. So we see over here that tessellation will be as follow. So over here, there are some slight differences, as we can see. But that's not from the geometry, it's actually from that illumination. So if I will move this over here, we're going to see that the mesh will be well defined. So there are no flat elements over here. Let's see, if I will also take something different, for example, I will now define an IMAD torus. This will be a densified torus. And I will also export both of these now. So let's do that. I want to export. I also need to have this saved before I can do that. So let's save this. And I want to export this within the same torus folder, and I'm going to call this torus2. So we have the model ready. I will now import it. So using Datasmith, import file. This will be the torus2 that was created now. I want to load that within the same torus folder. And here we have the tessellation. I will leave this to 0.005. So let's see. We now have that model loaded. It's underneath over here, so I will have to move this upwards. So this will be the torus. I will also drag it over here, and I also need to scale it. Let's slightly scale that up. I will also drag this over here so we can better analyze that. Now, if I will swap, in this case, to wireframe by pressing Alt and 2, you're going to see that the mesh will look like this. So this was for the original one, and these are those two that I brought in now. In my case, if I will save this, so save current level, if I'm going to close the project and open it together, it will look the same. But I also want to address something regarding build normals, because I think that maybe that is the problem that is occurring in your case. So the project should now close. This takes a little bit of time. Okay, so for some reason it doesn't want to save and close. I didn't encounter this problem before this, so this is quite odd and weird. I think I will just end task, Unreal Engine, and reopen. Not sure if that save has been processed, but usually this didn't happen before. So let's just go to Task Manager and have that Unreal Engine closed. Unreal Editor and Task. Okay, so let's restart that Unreal Engine. In this case, I should start the same project, so not Unreal Engine directly. So I'm gonna double click this test. As you can see, it still has that initial torus. So maybe that save hasn't been processed. So let's open the same file, the same level, which will be this one. We see over here that these two warnings are for the chair and the table, so it's not a problem. Now we see that it didn't save, so I'm just gonna close that. And I will import again the same torus and try to save it again. So torus number 2, I'm gonna add it within the same folder. This should be the element. So let's slightly scale this up. And now move this over here. Okay, and now I'm gonna save the current level and close this. I will save the selected. And let's restart the same. So I pick this was the file, and let's see if the mesh will be well test rated or not. And as I said previously, I think that the main problem is regarding a build option that will need to be set. This will be the file. As you can see, the mesh is properly test rated just as it used to be. Now, if you still encounter those kind of problem, you can double click the element over here. In this case, the geometry. So both of those two will be individual. Double click on that. And over here within the search, if you're going to search for build, we can see over here that this will be build reversed. But we can also check for normals. So this will be build settings and recompute normals. I think that this is a problem, and if you're gonna recompute the normals and save this, maybe that problem should no longer be applied. So we see over here, would you like to apply level of detail change to the subdivision? Yes. And this has been reprocessed. So the one over here outside. And this will be the wireframe of that model. Okay, so I hope that you find this useful. Hopefully this will fix that problem regarding the flatness of those curve meshes. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this kind of content. I will position a similar video on the left side and one subscribe button to the right. So that's it. Thanks for watching.